Hello Rebels, I want to share this little story. So, like I have said in previous videos, my mother is a narcissist and alcoholic narcissist, and due to alcohol she started behaving more openly. Her narcissism is coming out more openly, so people have seen it. But for many years it was very difficult to make anybody believe me what I was going through near this woman. Even my sister, it took a long time for her to understand, because she was away and she was not seeing her. And being the golden child, she only saw the good side of her as a child, not this uncomfortable feeling I had around this woman, and feeling that something was not right with her. Okay, so later on when alcohol came, it just went worse. It became worse, to the point where it became so bad that she couldn't play her game, hold her game anymore, and people started seeing through her, which kind of was very soothing for me to know that at last some people can understand what I'm going through. Not that I haven't had the need to talk about it to other people. I was at the age where I was having fun, drinking a lot, going out, and all this, and I never really, I was trying to get her off my mind. I was not really talking about her. But growing up and having my own family and all that, this has started to drive me a little bit mental, to the point where it has become kind of an obsession, and I talk about her a lot. She's kind of part of my everyday life, it's my problem that I carry with me and I share it. So I find myself with friends. This is where the exposing comes in. The need for exposing comes in, because from the moment that we start opening up and talking about it and answering the reality to people who ask us, how's your mother doing? Yeah, she's fine, she doesn't come down to the village a lot because she stays in her countryside and all that. Now just say, she's not well, it's getting worse, So I started accepting what's happening and talking the way I feel, the way I see it about it. What happens is that without the alcohol, she can still play her game very well. So I have this friend of mine, many years, and we've shared a lot and we talked a lot, and she knows exactly what I'm going through. She's one of the people that I feel comfortable telling her my stories. And she's over here now. She's been here for 5 days with a friend of hers. So when we see each other and all that was happening, because we live in the same place. So anyway, yesterday we went for dinner, and they came. I told them to come over too. I was with my parents and my husband, and I told them to come over too. And because of my mother's medical problems lately, she's had a medical problem. We're going through exams. We're in the phase where I'm taking her to all the doctors to make her exams and everything, to know what's happening with her, because there's a lot happening that she hasn't said and she's been hiding. So I'm kind of taking over her medical life so that I have the papers and I know what the doctors told me. And at the same time we found out that she has a swollen thumb. She cut herself anyway, and she did a stupid thing to put it in hot water, and it all got blue inside. Anyway, it's not very nice. So the doctor had to give her very strong antibiotics, and put a bandage, fat bandage on her thumb so that she doesn't use it. And so of course no alcohol. And because I was with her to the doctors, I didn't manage in my way to tell them, can she drink? Kind of like this. And they would say, no, she's not allowed to drink with antibiotics. And then my mother, feeling more comfortable, she would say, oh, that's going to be very hard, not a little bit, or something like that. Anyway, so to get to the point, the doctor told her maximum 1 glass of wine, no more at all. And one even told her that she has to respect the rules because it will harm her liver. I don't know if that's true or he said it because I made a few signs like she's drinking a lot, So, or he tried to frighten her so that she doesn't drink. I don't know. But the point of fact is that she didn't drink. She hasn't been drinking for 2 days. My father is with her, of course, checking her all the time. She was a little bit hard towards us at the beginning, saying, you're not going to tell me what I do, and I can drink, and I've drunk so many times with antibiotics, and everything's okay. Anyway, me being so mad towards her for being so irresponsible over her health, because through these exams we found many things, and being so irresponsible with her food, what she eats, how much she drinks, that she doesn't go to the doctors for the right things, that she lies to the doctors, that she lies to us about what the doctor said, and all this, being mad about it and saying, now it's the end, I am taking over, your life, handling things because you cannot anymore. So me doing that, I was very strict about the wine. I said, there's no fucking way you're going to drink it, and Dad is staying longer here to look after you. And he's preventing her from drinking. She has a lot of bottles of wines that she brought from abroad without alcohol. And I said, it's time you drink them. They've been there in the cellar. Of course, she's not drinking them. She brought, don't know how many cases of them from abroad, and she never drank them. And now I said, it's the moment to start using them, so I put 5 bottles in the fridge, and apparently there's no wine without at all alcohol. Anything that's made out of grape has a little bit of alcohol, so if she drinks a lot of that, if she drinks it like water, she might get her dose of alcohol in her body, needed in her body. Anyway, the thing is that she's been okay, and she has changed a little bit. The last 2 days she's been a little bit different. She hasn't been so disgustingly aggressive, because I say disgustingly because aggressive on its own is not enough to describe what she is when she drinks. She's disgustingly aggressive and criticizing people, and anyway, she's a horrible person to be around. So we were at the restaurant, and the girls, friends, they ordered wine, and white wine, which she drinks too. And she was telling the waitress to bring her 3 glasses. We want red wine and 3 glasses. And I look at her, I said, no, you can't drink. You're still on antibiotics, you can't drink. Oh, I do what I want, She was kind of just this little phrase, oh, I do what I want. I said, no, you don't do what you want, because tomorrow you're going to go to the doctors to check your finger again, and if he sees that it hasn't improved, well, you try and explain to him why it hasn't. Tell him, because I decided I prefer to drink wine, okay? And all this was happening in front of my friends, of course. Only we speak French, and with my friends we spoke English. So it was kind of private but not private conversation. I mean, I spoke to her in French. And we had also another couple of Greeks next to us. So I didn't speak in Greek really, and I didn't speak in English. I spoke to my mother in French, and I put her in her place so that she doesn't drink. Because I know her. If I was soft and didn't push her not to drink, she would have drunk. And in the second glass, anyway, first of all, it would have been not good for her health or for the antibiotic to do its work. And second, she would have become awful. On the second glass, I know her. I've been through this all my life. I know what a mean person she can go from one second to another. But the night continued. About 2 hours we stayed. Later they came when we met again at home. My friend, she was talking to me and she said that my mother was not at all what they expected from my description. They expected something, somebody horrible and completely destroyed and all that. Of course, my mother made up and she dressed and everything to go to the restaurant. She didn't go like she usually is. Anyway, and that she's not an alcoholic, because if she managed to stay a whole meal without drinking, then she's not an alcoholic. She was really sipping her wine. She was really good. I was surprised because she was sipping her wine. She made it last the whole meal. But also, I made it clear that she was not gonna get any. My father also was strict next to her and telling her, no, you're not gonna drink. But my friends, they kind of were also shocked by my parental behavior towards her. I treated her like a child. Also, I was told by my friend that I treat her. It was not correct what you did. We were strangers to you, to your mother, to your family. We're not part of the family. You shouldn't have talked to your mother like she was a baby, like she was a child. She's an adult. So I was trying to explain to my friend that you saw 2 hours of a day. You don't even know what my father's going to go through after when they are at home. You don't know if she's secretly drunk, which I'm sure she hasn't, otherwise she would have been very mean. And you don't know what I've been through to say now, no, I am responsible for her now, because she cannot be responsible for her life. I'm sorry, because either way I'm going to pay for it, Either way I'm going to pay for it. Whether she has an accident, whether she hits somebody, whether she breaks a leg, I am the one who's going to get all the shit. And why should I get all the shit? Because I never warned before that, no, it's not going further than that, or what? It is in a way like a child. Anyway, my point was that how other people can see things, And I felt last night this doubt in my friend's words and eyes of what I was saying, of what I was going through, that maybe I'm overreacting and doing. It was not nice. I didn't appreciate it. I appreciate it. I said, okay, I respect that you can see it like that, but you cannot come and tell me, especially after everything I've told you, you cannot come and tell me that it was rude of me, or she didn't use the word rude, but anyway, that it was not nice of me to speak to my mother like that in front of other people. This is what I got to have to do now, to save myself from other things, to save myself from further humiliation, because she would have taken the second and the third and the fourth and a glass of wine. She would have been awful, even to my friends, to me, to my father, to the neighbors, the guy sitting in the restaurant next to them, to the waitress, to anybody she could, because that's what this woman is. So I was like, this was a nice. It was boring. It was a boring night. It was an awkward night. But at least I didn't feel ashamed again. At least she didn't make us all feel ashamed. And sorry for Because this is when we go out with my mother, everybody feels like this, kind of looking at the waiter or the boss or whoever, the owner of the restaurant, apologizing for the behavior of this woman. We always do have to do that. And so I'm waiting this morning to have another conversation with her, because with my friend, because I feel terrible that I have to defend myself on a reaction like this. I will never defend myself enough. This is the problem. And now, yes, whatever I'm doing it because this woman has to be safe, and she is my responsibility. This is what people don't understand. She was trying to explain to me that she's not your responsibility, but she is, because she's nobody else's responsibility, and because I am here, near her. I am the person that lives nearest to her, and I am working in her business, in what she made. Of course she is my responsibility. So that dilemma, and through that, because we discussed it after with my husband, and he said and I said, can you believe this? I mean, can you believe that she is doubting of what I have said? And my husband was like, in a way she's doubting because she saw something totally different. And my husband said, but your mother still plays her game very well, and she still knows how to play her game and look nice and be a decent person that is being bullied by her child and her husband. This is the image she gave them. Isn't it crazy? The bully is a victim. Yeah, to other people's eyes. People who are supposed to know you, And I've told them that she plays a good game and all that. Anyway, so I got to the point and I said, you see why I need to record? I need to record because, and I can understand those comments and videos people have made saying that once the narc is dead, it doesn't end. It's not the end of it. So don't think that you're going to be, woo, party, now I can live, now I can breathe, now I can express myself. No, it's all going to continue. And you know why? Because of the doubt that they leave behind. This is the thing. The doubt in people's eyes that you have to go on your life. You have to continue your life surrounded by people in whose eyes you can see doubt about what you're saying, doubts about what you've been through, doubts about your parent being a horrible person, doubts about who you are really. And this is what is killing, This is what is killing. Because I'm sure that even when my mother was a little bit better, I remember I told her once, I said to her, if you were a crazy person, it would be so much easier. If you were just a crazy person, 24 hours a day crazy person who has lost, it would have been much easier, because then I knew what I was dealing with. But the fact that she was one day nice, and one day, forget one day, 1 minute nice, and the other minute a horrible person, a horrible, hurtful, insulting, disgusting person, and then nice again. And this would change, the feelings in me constantly. It would go from anger, hate, sadness, and then pity. And then I would pity her, because she played her game so well that I would feel sorry for her. They have the power, the strength, the ability to make you run to see if they're well, or if they've had an accident, or if there's this, worried. So you have this mixture of feelings. Because I will never accept, I don't accept when I stay alone with myself and I think. The questions, do you hate your mother? I'm like, no. I don't feel I hate her. There are moments that I feel I hate her when we have a fight, but it's not a constant hate in me. And then I ask myself, do you love your mother? No. I don't hate and I don't love that person. And the mix of feelings that I go through constantly with this woman, they can be anything. Like I say, anger, sorry, compassion, disgust. I can feel everything, all of those feelings, I can feel them, good, bad, mixture, one after the other. But I cannot say that I hate her or I love her. These two words, I cannot. It's not words. It's nothing. It's not feelings I have for that woman at all. At all. So it's really, really messed up. And then when you have friends that come up and look at you and say, "Yeah, she was not she was not at all what I expected after all you've said about her," I even thought it was not nice how you treated her. We were strangers, you embarrassed her. You kind of, put her in a difficult situation. You treated her like she was a child. Fucking hell, fucking hell. So difficult, every one of these people who make a comment like this, I want to grab them, and go, listen, my friend, I will pay you to go and stay 3 days with that woman. 3 days. I want you to do 24 hours days and stay with that woman, and I will pay you, and you come again and give me any sort of advice or give me anything.